Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moltrop here, and this is game 2 of the February 2010. Oh, that first started in February, and now we're in March. But anyway, the first MST of 2010, Sacsri versus Stork, and I know I'm gonna have trouble with that. Sacsri. And I think I just heard the Korean saying it too. And there's Song Byung-gu. Stork, clearly the favorite in this matchup. Sacsri is kind of a, I guess you'd call an up-and-coming player, but he's very up and coming. He's not really done a whole lot yet. We've only seen him, well, I've only seen him at least, in the practice matches, the map test matches that they did between Pro League seasons, where they basically teams threw out their scrubs to participate in the Pro League style matches that they had to test the maps to see which maps they wanted to keep actually in the Pro League. And that was kind of a basically it was a bunch of show matches that happened between the Pro League seasons to buy time and just have some sort of StarCraft going on while the real players took a break. And so Sacsri was one of those players, and he still didn't even do terribly well. I mean, there were some like A-team players, and there were some normal players in the map test, by the way. But anyway, Sacsri did not that well in that. So we'll see what he can pull out here against Stork. Stork going for an FE fast expand, by the way. Sorry. I'm with StarCraft 2 coming up here. There's going to be a lot more people coming into the fold. There's going to be a lot more people coming into the community, so I'm trying to actually change my vocabulary a little bit to make it a little bit more noob friendly. So, and I've always tried to be noob friendly, obviously, but I'm trying to have language that's, you know, new people that have never seen it before can hopefully understand. Because, you know, if I say natural expansion, that's kind of a weird term, and so I'm going to try and change things up. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I guess I could say his closest expansion. That's probably a good way of saying it. His closest expansion base. Anyway, but I remember when I first started watching professional StarCraft, I remember seeing Klazar's commentaries, and he would refer to cheese happening, and I was like, what? What? Cheese? Because if you don't know what cheese, if you haven't been watching StarCraft and talking about it, you don't know what cheese means. Like, what are you talking about, cheese? Is he eating lunch while he's playing or something? I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, Stork putting that gateway down. He's got a nice little pocket there. He can put a cannon in between that pylon, forge, and gateway if he so chooses. He could also just theoretically put them behind the gateway, depending on what he wants to do. But he's actually gotten, wow, he's actually gotten that the Nexus and the gateway down before the cannons. He scouted early and he saw that there were no imminent lings. He needs to be careful though, because there are lings morphing now, and well, maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, he's got his probe over there, I believe, in his base still. Yeah, there's the probe still harassing around. He's seeing only drones coming out, so he's gonna make a single cannon just in case. But he does see that there's not a whole lot of forces coming out. And look at this, Sacsri is gonna have his Overlord flying there. He sees the single cannon morphing, and might be thinking, oh man, I missed my opportunity. But he's been making a lot of drones, and he's gotten his third base up, so he's going very econ heavy here. Gotten a really big economy, and Stork actually letting his probe stop. Whoa! I have never seen that before. Stork stopped paying attention to his probe and let it die. That is unprecedented. So maybe Stork is not feeling too well today. Sacsri may have a chance against the almighty Stork, theoretically, in this game, because that was, I don't know if Stork's off his game or something. That's weird. Stork usually has some of the best multitasking in the game. It's one of the things that has made him so good. Now, I actually kind of like this doorway for Stork, because this map has a wide choke point there, and we've seen a lot of run drives be very successful because it's so almost impossible to build that gateway and that forge and then have a block of the gap. So, but by putting his units that way, by putting his buildings that way, now the gap, instead of being forward towards the outside, now the gap that the Lings would have to squeeze through is actually inside that door, and it's smaller because it's between the cannon and the Nexus. So that is actually a really beautiful door there. And Stork failing to get his a second probe in there, but he does see a lot of Lings killing that probe, and so he's going to know that Sacsri is making lots of Zerglings. Oh, he doesn't get the last hit on that Overlord. I'm not sure why he didn't, but I think he could have afforded to take one more hit, but he knows he needs to come down here and block this gap. He's got a Dragoon there. He's bringing out the probes to fight. He's got a single cannon flanked by Zealots. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. And that would have killed other players who did not build their doors as well as that. And I say that from well, I don't want to say from experience, because I haven't experienced that myself. I haven't actually played on this map personally. I haven't been able to play in a while. But oh, he does go out and pick off that Overlord after all. Nice. Oh, no, he didn't find it. Never mind. Overlord's still alive. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, but I've seen that happen on this map recently. A lot that I've seen Zergs run by Protosses on this map, and for great success. Anyway, so he's now upgrading. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's at least driven out that Overlord, but there's no. We do not see, ladies and gentlemen, we do not see a Stargate going down. So he is just upgrading goon range and is going to come out with just goons and zealots and try and make a timing attack here while Sacsri is getting up. And there's the Overlord is finally going to die. He's going to run that Dragoon back now. But yeah, he is the normal build for Zergs on this kind of a situation is to get their defenses set up and put a hatchery and an Evo chamber in the way, and then put a Sun Colony behind it. It really protects extremely well against a lot of Zealots, and that's exactly what Sacsri is doing. He's setting up his door very standardly, so he is not necessarily going to expect a mass goon attack, which is what he's going to come now. But he's sending those Scourge in, though, and he's going to spot no Stargate. He spots it, and he knows this is coming now, so he knows that he's got to worry about a Dragoon attack, but it may be too late. Some Dragoons are already on their way. He's got 5 or 6 Dragoons, a few Zealots as well. The Goon range is almost finished upgrading. He's going to get there, and he's going to be able to pelt away at those units, and he sees that there's no Stargate, so he knows he's safe to get Mutas, so he gets those Mutas. I was wondering about that because I saw the Idle Larva in his main base. There's the Goon range is upgraded. Now he can pick away at that hatchery without any reprisal from the Sunken colonies there. Even afterwards, those Sunken colonies are, oh my gosh, they're basically going to trade here because Sacsri has nothing he can do against Stork's Goon army, and Stork doesn't really have a whole lot he can do against these Mutalisks. He can just run around with the Goons. Here he comes, and he's trying to make a break at the front door. There's just a single Sunken colony left. He can easily pick it off with the Dragoons. In the meantime, Sacsri has his Mutas in the main base, picking off probes, forcing those probes to run away, but I think in this case, Stork is going to have the advantage. He can pump Dragoons out of his main base, but Sacsri is going to be really hard-pressed to get rid of that Goon army in his main base, and that natural expansion, and it's going to be a lot worse for him because Stork can at least keep his Stork can at least keep his closest expansion base alive. But no, the Mutas run in there and they're attacking there as well. So Stork is basically going for a trade here. It's all up to who can fight off whoever's army first, and actually he's planted down 2 Stargates. Wow, planted down 2 Stargates as soon as he saw those Mutas. So Stork, really Johnny on the spot there, is going to be able to fight this off eventually. I think, are those his probes running? Yes, those are his probes running in the middle of the map there. So 2 Stargates are out now. He's going to be able to fight it off eventually. He does not have a Templar Archive, so he's not going to be able to build any Archons, but I think Stork is going to take this game. Yes, there he goes. He's still going to be able to pump out Dragoons. And, target the Scourge, Scourge, run away. He does get a couple of Corsairs out. He's got the Dragoons, so yeah, this is over for Sacsri. So, nicely fought, though, but he's lost his main base now. So he's going to have to GG here pretty soon. But I got to admit, pretty nicely played. I like the ballsy move, going for the counter with the Mutas when he saw the Goon timing attack. Pretty nicely done. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Let's move on to the winners match, Stork versus Iris.